Hi guys, I made a jelly plate. I watched a video and I saw how she did it, and I thought, well, I'm going to try it because I've always wanted to do this. So I went and got a really large cookie sheet, and this is a good 3/4 inches thick, and I'm afraid to turn it just onto my arm, so I got this stuff here hoping that it will help. So I'm going to put this freezer paper on so that I can get it turned out of the pan, hopefully without ripping. So I'm going to get it started, and then I'm going to gently lift the pan. Yay! Looky there! I did it! That was fun. Okay, the recipe is 8 packets of unflavored gelatin, 1.5 cups of cold water, and then you mix that up. And then you take, let's see, let me go get a bottle. 6 ounces of glycerin, and you dump that on top and you whisk it all together. Well, you whisk the water and the gelatin first with cold water. It has to be cold water, otherwise if you use like lukewarm or tap, just normal room temperature water, you're going to have an awful mess. But anyways, then you whisk the gelatin in the water, and then you dump the 6 ounces in. And then what I did to get every bit of the glycerin out, there's still a little bit in there, you need 3/4 cup of 70% alcohol. The video I watched, hey buddy, knocking my camera. The video I watched, oh, where was I? 6 ounces of this, I dumped it in, I whisked it together. Then, oh, okay. She said that it doesn't matter what alcohol you get, but 70% is really cheap compared to 91 or 99. So then I took the 6 ounces that you need, which is 3/4 cup. The recipe calls for 3/4 cup, but same thing. So I've just poured the alcohol into the jar, shook it up, and I poured the alcohol in, whisked it all together, and then I put it in the microwave for 2 minutes. And then I whisked it 2 more minutes, whisked it 2 more minutes, and then I poured it into the cake pan, or the sheet pan. I see some stuff on here I want to get off, but I can't get it. That's all right, it's on the bottom anyway. That part doesn't matter. So, what was I saying? I took a strainer and I poured the liquid through it just to make sure that if there were any particulates left behind, the nukings for 6 minutes total, that it would get stuck in the sieve. It's a fine mesh sieve. I will put a link to the video that I watched, and also the ingredients and the directions that I used, because her video, she did it for like 45 seconds at a time, and I didn't want to do 45 seconds at a time. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so what I want to do is, jelly plates are meant to put paint on, and then you bray it out, and then you lay tissue paper or cardstock onto it, and it creates this, like a background piece. And I am going to do that, but I want to do one of those dips on this jelly plate. And so this is an Elvis record, and I've already spray painted it. There's some rough stuff on here, so I think I'll give it a light sand and wipe it off really quick, and then I'll start painting some stuff on here. I'm using Primal Flow paints today because honestly, I don't have the energy yet to stand down here and mix stuff. So I actually got a bar stool here, and I'm going to sit through this and see how long I last. I'm already starting to get shaky, but we'll see. So I want to figure out where my line's going to be. So I need to cover about this much area. if you guys try to make this Gelli plate, oh, let me know what happens with yours. I ended up having to do 3 batches. I did the first batch with a double batch, and it was just a total mess because I used room temperature water right out of the tap. Oi, that was total disaster. And I was trying to microwave it for 45 seconds like she did, and I wasn't getting anywhere. And so I thought, well, it's ruined anyways. I might as well just see what happens. So I went ahead and microwaved it for a minute, and that seemed to be working a little better. And then I switched to 1.5 minutes, and that worked even better. And after probably the equivalent of 6 minutes, it was clear enough. There were still chunks of gelatin in it, but it was clear enough that I could pour it in. So then I did another batch, which makes it 3 for this big pan. And let me get the size. It doesn't have a size on there, but it's one of those big cookie sheets that you buy from Walmart. $5 or $6. All right, so now I'm going to have to put some black on here. I'm going to do it on all 4 sides. I'm just going to let that sit for now. So now I'm just picking out some colors here really quick. Okay, I'm going to turn off the overhead light. There. That seems to be a little better for you guys. All right, I'm going to start with, I'm going to try to get it right in the center here. I'm going to start with a little of that. That was champagne. And now I'm going to put some cranberry. And now I'm going to do some sunshine yellow. Now I'm going to use the spring green. Now intense teal. And I have some cobalt turquoise. And now I think I'm going to go with Pacific Navy. Let's do gold bronze, golden bronze. Now some ink and gold. You guys, if you know of any way to keep these nozzles clean, let me know in the comments, please, because I don't like this. I love their paints. Hate this nozzle. But I'll deal with it until I find a way to get around it other than buying nozzles or bottles even with nozzles that are easier to clean. And now we'll do the champagne again. Okay, and now let's add a little more black. because I think it's drying out on me. Okay. Okay, let's go with I should have put on some rubber gloves. I can hear air escaping. Was not thinking. I don't have any place to set this. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Oh, not what I was expecting. Do I dip again? Might as well. I had it this. I have it. I had it this way. Let's dip it this way. And I think the key is to not let it slide around like I'm doing. Okay. Oh, oh, that was not good. One more time. Now I'm going to peel it up. Not quite sure what to do here. Okay, that was a fail. All right, let's see if I can do this without making a whole lot of mud. I got a brayer here. And I've got some tissue paper. And from what I've seen, you just lay the tissue paper down, and there's supposed to be a shiny side, but this one doesn't have a shiny side, so we're just gonna stick it on. Probably way too much paint, but that's how it goes. Cool. If I could show you, I would. Let's see if I can drape it. Got some interesting effects here. So I'm gonna lay this somewhere to dry. And you just keep doing this. There's no paint down there on that corner. Ooh, very cool. See? See how cool? Ah, I'm getting a mess. I gotta lay this out. Okay, I could do more, but not interested in these colors. I've already got 2 pieces of that. So what you do is you wipe it off. It's way too much paint. And I'm going to be out of paper towels. And then you just use a little water to help get the excess paint off if it's getting dry or tacky. So I'm going to have to go get another roll of paper towels. Be right back. You know what would be cool is if I had a pizza pan. Brand new. Pans that you use has to be brand new so that the inside, the Teflon coating, is perfectly clean. Water does not affect this Gelli plate at all. But if you want to make your own background pieces for during mixed media work, you can make your own Gelli plate. Far cheaper. I didn't do the math, but it was far cheaper. The largest one I think is like $70, $80. Now you won't have this mess if you use very little paint like you're supposed to. It'll be much easier to clean. I promise. Anyways, once you get this all clean, then you can just cover it with like wax paper to keep the lint off of it. And then set it aside. Now in my case, I'm gonna have to figure out where I can store it. And then you want to make sure you clean your brayer. Keep your tools nice and clean, she says. Normally on a failed pour, I would just go ahead and scrape it. But I did that on one, and someone mentioned in the comments that I shouldn't have done that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back the record. My intent was to get a flower, and I didn't get it. And so then I did the skewer. I don't like it at all. But what do you think? Should I scrape it and start over? Or, you know, of course, by the time you guys respond, it'll be just pour over it. I don't like it. Not at all. So you guys let me know. Let me know what you think. My intent was to make a record. Or make a clock out of a flower dip. And this is definitely not a flower dip. It's a mess. So you got a 2 for today. How to make a Gelli plate. And how to fail. All right. I will show you the dried results of the tissue papers in maybe the next video that I do for acrylic painting. And in the meantime, you guys have a go. Try it and let me know what you think. If you had any success with making a Gelli plate, just make sure that your pan has no markings on the inside, completely brand new and Teflon coated. And you can find the recipe and the instructions in the description box, and also the video that I watched in order to make the Gelli plate. Well, the link to that will be there as well. And I can't remember her name, but I know I saved the video as a liked video. So thank you, video lady, whatever your name is. I really appreciate you showing us how you did it. And it was great fun learning and doing it. And it was a success. So very cool. And we will see you guys next time. Like, subscribe, share. And that's it. Love you. Bye-bye.